reverse that ruling the following year. Reacting to the judgment, Aloy Ejimako, special counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, said he will appeal the life sentence and criticized the ruling, calling it unacceptable. Meanwhile, the federal government's lawyer, Adeboyega Awomolo, welcomed the sentence, saying it shows that no one is above the law and that Nigeria is bigger than any individual. Still on Kanu's conviction, an activist and lawyer, Cheta Mwala, says the outcome of the terrorism trial of Nnamdi Kanu might have been different if he had presented a defense. Kanu, in October, abandoned his earlier plan to call witness in his trial for alleged terrorism offenses. He fired his lawyers and told the court that he would represent himself. He also did not allow the judge to appoint a lawyer for him. Speaking to a correspondent, Mwala said presenting a defense would have given Kanu an opportunity to challenge and possibly deny the allegations against him.
Because who would have heard from him, would have heard his own position and how he is debunking each and every testimony that was given. And in criminal matters of this magnitude, when you don't put in a defense and serious allegations are levied against you with evidence being presented before the court will rely on what it has to give judgments. The court cannot go and look for defense for you. And we have seen the end today, which is an unfortunate situation.
Wala expressed concern about the security implications of the judgment in the southeast. He is calling on the government to deploy adequate security personnel to the region to prevent tension or crisis.
The Nigerian security outfit must, as a matter of urgency, beef up security presence across the southeast, because we also know that there are certain mercenaries who would want to rely on these judgments to cause chaos within the southeast, and we have further loss of life. I think we have come to the end of this whole journey, and we now have a direction. So let's watch and see what happens in the coming days. Nnamdi Kanu is going to appeal the said judgment. He still has about 2 rights of appeal, the Court of Appeal and as well to the Supreme Court.
The lawyer also says the government must work to rebuild the confidence of the people, particularly those who believe the government is being one-sided in the rehabilitation and reintegration of former terrorists in the north. He adds that individuals should be held accountable for their actions.
The government needs to also look for ways to address this and to give these other people that confidence that no, we are dealing with issues based on specific cases brought before the courts. I just hope that going forward, we should not be seeing a regional thing or a sectional thing. Those persons who were also involved in similar prescribed terrorist agitation, who were involved in similar actions, should also be tried. We've read stories about bandits in the north who are now referred to as repentant persons and all that, and they are trying to reincorporate them into the society. This should not be. People should be prosecuted.
Also reacting to the judgment, former Senate Minority Leader Senator Eyinaya Abaribe expressed disappointment over the life sentence given to Nnamdi Kanu, saying the outcome was expected. In a statement released by his media advisor Uchenna Awom, Abaribe says the sentence seemed already decided and was not surprising to the Igbo people or many Nigerians. He explains that since the federal government refused to grant Kanu amnesty, the result was inevitable. Abaribe adds that the Igbo nation now has no choice but to rely on President Bola Tinubu for what happens next. Well, away from Nnamdi Kanu to security matters now, President Bola Tinubu has ordered the Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawalle, to move immediately to Kebbi State after 25 schoolgirls were kidnapped. The attack happened early Monday at the Government Girls Comprehensive Senior Secondary School in Maga, Danko, Wasagu local government area, where the Vice Principal Hassan Yakubu Makuku was killed and the security guard Ali Shehu was injured. The president asked Matawalle to oversee security operations to rescue the girls. Now, Matawalle was former governor of Zamfara State. He is expected in Birnin Kebbi today, Friday. Now, recall that President Tinubu also postponed his trips to South Africa and Angola while awaiting further security updates on the Kebbi schoolgirls' abduction and the attack on Christ Apostolic Church. Apostolic Church members in Eruku, Kwara State. Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party has criticized President Bola Tinubu for cancelling his planned trips to South Africa and Angola. The party says his action looks like a symbolic gesture, not a real concern about the recent crisis in northern Nigeria. The PDP argues that the cancellation seems more like a reaction to the abduction of 25 schoolgirls from Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School, MAGA, in Kebbi State, rather than a serious effort to tackle insecurity. In a statement on Thursday, the party's National Publicity Secretary, Ini Ememobong, warned Nigerians not to see the schedule change as genuine sympathy. In the meantime, on Thursday, the U.S. House Subcommittee on Africa held a public hearing to review President Donald Trump's decision to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. U.S. Congressman Bill Huizenga at the hearing accused President Bola Tinubu's government of failing to tackle Nigeria's rising insecurity. Huizenga criticized the government's response to the crisis and says Nigeria's delegation in Washington is trying to make the situation look as though it's not serious.
Got neighbors who've been missionaries, who have family there, who have friends there, who know this is going on. Yet we've got not just the mass media, we got people within Congress denying that this has happened, or certainly de-emphasizing. It ought to be outrageous that it is Christians, moderate Muslims, anyone being terrorized by these radicalized Islamists in Nigeria, and we've got the Tinubu government sitting back and not doing enough.
The hearing follows U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to put Nigeria back on the CPC list. Trump is accusing Nigeria of persecution of Christians and says military options were being considered. But U.S. Congresswoman Sarah Jacobs has a different opinion. She says President Donald Trump's military threat to Nigeria over alleged Christian killings is reckless. Speaking during the U.S. Congress hearing on Nigeria's designation as a country of particular concern, Jacobs believes it is wrong to blame Nigeria's violence only on religion, because both Christians and Muslims are affected. Now, she's also urging the Nigerian government to do more to protect its people.
Got neighbors who've been missionaries, who have family there, who have friends there, who know. Got neighbors.
Apologies for that. Now let's give you an update on the bandit attack in Kwara Church. The bandits who kidnapped about 35 people from the Christ Apostolic Church in Oke-Ego, Eruku Ekiti local government area of Kwara State, are reportedly asking for 100 million naira for each person. Family members and community leaders told The Punch on Thursday that the kidnappers have been contacting them using the phones of those taken during Tuesday evening's attack. The church secretary, Josiah Ababiaka, says some families had already been contacted. However, the state police spokesperson, SP Adeton Ejire Adeyemi, says the police have not received any official report about the ransom demand. Still to come, Governor Fubara calls for cooperation among leaders in South-South. Stay with us. Welcome back, and now the rest of the news. Governor Siminalayi Fubara is calling for better cooperation among leaders and groups in the South-South to improve peace and security. He made this call at the South-South Zonal Public Hearing on National Security, organized by the Senate Ad Hoc Committee on National Security, held on Thursday in Port Harcourt. Represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Benibo Anabraba, the governor says security is not just the government's job. Everyone has a role to play. He explains that the state has been supporting security agencies with vehicles, boats, aircraft, accommodation, and welfare to help them protect lives and property. Governor Fubara is also urging stakeholders to start solving security problems by involving local people and communities first, especially because the region's coastal environment and its important location along the Gulf of Guinea. Now, in his remarks, Senate Minority Leader and Chairman of the South-South Security Summit, Senator Abba Patrick Moro, says the Senate will use the findings from the summit to guide policy changes, new laws, and budget decisions aimed at improving national security. And our stakeholder, Jackson Omenazo, says people living in flood-prone areas in River State need much more than relief materials. Omenazo said this while speaking to our correspondent about the distribution of relief items to Oyibo and Gokana local government areas by the State Flood Committee. He is advising the state government to also support the victims with agriculture, education, health, and other forms of assistance.
Both the state and federal government must urgently expand their intervention beyond the routine distribution of edible relief materials. The humanitarian need in that area are far deeper. Medical assistance is critical. Many families are now exposed to waterborne diseases. Agriculture has been crippled. Deploy tractors to support late farming. Without this, families who depend on agriculture for survival will sink deeper into poverty. Education must not be an afterthought. The government should supply books, learning materials, and deploy additional teachers to help these children catch up with their peers across the state.
Omenazo added that citizens must be treated with dignity and respect they deserve. Now, away from that, the River State chapter of the Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria is urging residents to remain calm over recent land acquisition and revocation notices issued by the River State Waste Management Agency. The notices published on November 14 affect areas around Iguruta in Ikwere local government area and Bosco Road, Elelewa in Obiakwa local government area, earmarked for waste management operations and the reactivation of a government-owned borough pit. In a statement, Radan Chairman Ori Martins explains that the site mentioned is not a new dump site, but an existing borough pit the government plans to reactivate. Radan assures its team has inspected the site and it shows the government is only putting an old facility back to use, not taking over new land. The association also notes that the government is acting under the Land Use Act, which allows land acquisition for public purposes. Radan assures developers and residents that only the clearly stated boundaries are affected and there is no plan for mass demolition or seizure of legitimate properties. The association thanked Ruwama for working with Radan and for efforts to improve waste management in the state. Now let's go to Eche. The President General of Obako Eche Worldwide, Dr. Silas Ayawo, on Wednesday led members of the Executive and Elders Advisory Council on a courtesy visit to the representative of Eche Constituency 2 in the River State House of Assembly, Chimezie Wankwo. In a statement signed by Dr. Ayawo, the visit was to formally brief the lawmaker on several important programs currently before the leadership of Obako Eche. He explains that the major issues, including plans to establish the Eche Museum at Ibodo, the ancestral home of the Eche people, an effort to revive national attention on the 1990 Umueche massacre, where many indigents, including the traditional ruler, were killed in an attack by security agents. The group is stressing the need for proper documentation, justice, and lasting memorials for the victims. They also highlight preparation for the upcoming Obako Eche December convention, with a venue to be announced soon. Responding, Chimezie Wankwo praised the organization for its vision and commitment to the progress of Eche land. He expressed support for the proposed programs and promised meaningful assistance, especially for the ongoing Iche Compendium project and other initiatives aimed at strengthening communal identity and development. Still in Iche local government area, the chairman of the council, Chima Boniface Njoko, is commending the chairman and members of the Anti-Land Grabbing Committee, Land Acquisition Management and Development for their effort to make Iche have zero land grabbing activity. The commendation comes barely 3 days after the committee intercepted a caterpillar at Abara community and alerted the Iche chairman, whose response was timely and productive. Njoko reiterated his commitment to providing adequate protection for the committee and Iche people. Responding, chairman of the Anti-Land Grabbing Committee, Land Acquisition Management and Development, Emma Wobilo, says the committee has received petitions across the 19 wards of Iche from non-indigenous estate companies and from individuals. Now, he is promising that the committee will continue to do their best and discharge their duties in line with their oath of office. Also, the secretary of the committee, Chijoke Ndimele, thanked the committee chairman for the 100,000 naira gifted to the Abara local security in appreciation for their effort to seize the caterpillar from illegal operation. And now in the Akukotoro local government area, the chairman, Aboya Bob Fubara, has sworn in newly appointed supervisors and advisors, urging them to focus on serving the people. Now, he reminded them that their appointments are a call to duty and not an opportunity for personal gain. Bob Fubara gave this charge during the brief swearing-in ceremony at the council secretariat on Thursday.
My charge to you, please compliment my efforts. A lot of you followed me around during the campaigns, and you are not unaware of the promises I made to our people, and a lot is expected of us. I carefully decided that all of you should come and support so that we can serve our people. Please put in your best. We don't want praises. We want to be seen serving our people. We want to be seen delivering dividends of democracy to our people.
The council chairman says their nomination and confirmation were driven by the administration's plan to improve governance and speed up development in the local government area. He encouraged them to give their best for the benefit of the people.
We have over hundreds of people that believe and work for the success of this administration. For you to have been chosen, it is not a means just to enrich yourself. Please, we are out to serve our people. So various portfolios that we assigned to you, help us in those areas to ensure that we deliver dividends of democracy to our people. I will not, I repeat, I will not hesitate to fire if I find you wanting.
The new supervisor for works, Ibubelem and Abraba, speaking on behalf of all the appointees, pledged their loyalty to the chairman's vision and urged residents to hold them accountable.
We want to thank you. It is not easy. The advisors, supervisors, giving us opportunity to serve with you. It's a privilege. One of your campaign promise is service. And I'm assuring you that we will make sure that we will go beyond our oath. I'm assuring you that we will walk around. Nobody will disappoint you. As many that are here, you have seen us all. Report anyone that misbehaved to our executive chairman. Including me, report me.
Our correspondent reports that the Vice Chairman, Waribani George, other top political appointees, the leader of the 10th Akukotoro Legislative Assembly, Daye Bob Manuel, some councillors, party leaders from the APC and PDP, and well-wishers were present at the colorful but brief ceremony at the council headquarters in Abonema. Meanwhile, the Akukotoro Local Government Area Chairman, Bob Fubara, has also sworn in and assigned roles to newly appointed special assistants and senior special assistants. Now we move over to Ikwere local government area, where the chairman, Charles Swobodo, is promising to support community activities that help reduce insecurity. He said this when members of the Isiokpo Bicycle Carnival Committee paid him a visit at his office in the council secretariat Isiokpo. Swobodo praised the group for planning the carnival ahead of the festive season, saying events like this help promote peace and unity. He assures that the council will support the carnival because it will bring entertainment and togetherness during the celebrations.
The idea of carnivals, it's a good thing. It's also a way to put entertainment during festive period, and that's engage the community as a whole. And when that is happening, you have helped in your own areas, especially the youth, towards reducing insecurity. And so when I see people who are struggling to make it happen, I think it should be within my responsibility to also support them. Today I'm now a local government chairman, so I think that I hold that responsibility to also support you.
The chairman is also encouraging other communities in the Ikwere local government area to follow the example of the Ifechukwu Bicycle Carnival, adding that his administration is committed to promoting entertainment across the area.
The government is willing to support anything that has to do with entertainment, and that's our responsibility to support youths. But we rest assured that someday the local government will come up with their own. I can promise you that I will come there present to boost that particular festival, so that other communities can take lead from there.
Earlier, the leader of the group, Marshal Ifechukwu, said they came to inform the chairman about the upcoming Ifechukwu Bicycle Carnival in December 2025 and to seek the council's support. We're going on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the news. Zelensky will talk to Donald Trump after the U.S. shared a draft peace plan for ending the war with Russia. The plan was reportedly created by U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Russian Envoy Kirill Dmitriev, without including Ukraine. Zelensky's office says the U.S. believes the plan could help restart talks. They added that Ukraine has agreed to work on the plan in a way that could lead to a fair end to the war.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
On the news this morning, you heard a lawyer is suggesting that defense could have changed Nnamdi Kanu's life imprisonment. We told you that the U.S. Congress is divided over Nigeria's insecurity being labeled Christian persecution. You also heard that President Bola Tinubu has ordered the Defense Minister, Bello Matawalle, to relocate to Kebbi State over the kidnap of schoolgirls. And finally, you heard Governor Fubara calling for stronger cooperation to boost peace and security in the South. The news was edited by Ifunanya Obime Ndukwe. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Ifechukwu Muonyili. Many thanks for listening.